Understanding aggression in children with autism. Information gathered by Enabling Autism. Introduction. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a neurodevelopmental condition characterized by persistent social interaction and participation difficulties, and limited, repeated behavioral patterns or interests. The additional maladaptive behaviors, like aggression, self-injury, and excessive outbursts, may cause additional stress for families of children with ASD. According to the research, children with autism might be more prone to exhibit aggressive behaviors than children without autism or children with other developmental problems. According to research, a higher rate of aggression is shown in those who have both autism and an intellectual disability, as compared to people who have simply an intellectual disability. Furthermore, neurotypical boys are more likely to show aggressive behavior than neurotypical girls. But autistic boys and girls are equally likely to show aggressive behavior. Aggression can affect interpersonal connections, academic progress, the child's or others' physical safety, and even a criminal issue. The autistic child needs aggressiveness management to live a happy and healthy life. Causes of aggression in children with autism. Study shows that children on the autism spectrum often turn to physical aggression while attempting to carry out rituals or routines. Several elements have been associated with aggression in children on the autistic spectrum, such as linguistic skills, intelligence, and adaptive abilities. Children on the autism spectrum may experience physical discomfort, yet be unable to communicate their pain. Head-banging and other self-destructive actions may be used to stop the pain. The child's outbursts may be an indication of illness. Sensory difficulties are also extremely prevalent in children with autism spectrum illnesses. A child's stress levels might rise, and they may experience sensory overload if exposed to certain noises, textures, smells, and lights. The child will often respond with a tantrum, which might include aggressive behaviors. Like other children, kids with autism can sometimes act aggressively when they do not get something they want. They might also employ it to divert people's attention or avoid obligations. Children with autism are often very attached to strict, predictable schedules. They may react violently if their routine is interrupted. Traumatic experiences may increase the risk of aggression in both typically developing and autistic children. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, cites irritable behavior and furious outbursts, with little or no provocation, generally expressed as verbal or physical violence toward people or things, including extreme temper tantrums, as a symptom of PTSD in children. The connection between post-traumatic stress disorder and autism has gotten relatively little attention. However, trauma-centered therapy could be the best option for autistic children whose aggressive behavior results from post-traumatic stress. Treatment for aggression in children with autism. Applied behavior analysis therapy. One of the most prevalent behavioral therapies for children with autism is applied behavior analysis, ABA. All behaviors serve a function in this treatment plan. Functional behavior assessment is the first step in ABA, and it aims to determine why a child is engaging in a specific activity. The ABA therapist would investigate the origin of the aggressive behavior. The functional behavior assessment may involve asking the child's caretakers questions, keeping a close eye on the patient, or even conducting studies in which the circumstances leading up to and immediately following behavior are changed. The next step for the ABA specialist is to develop a plan for positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement, or reinforcers, encourages repeat performances of a desired behavior. Differential, natural, and positive reinforcement are examples of the various reinforcement strategies used in ABA. Differential reinforcement is especially helpful in treating aggressive behaviors in children with autism when the undesirable behavior is not performed. This strategy involves offering reinforcement. Several categories are represented here. To reinforce when the undesirable behavior is missing. Positive reinforcement is when the child engages in a behavior mutually exclusive from the maladaptive one. The two cannot occur simultaneously. Positive reinforcement occurs when a more acceptable behavior serves the same function as the problematic one. Although not all children need it, ABA therapy is an effective method of altering undesirable behaviors. Medications for management of aggression in children with autism. The Food and Drug Administration has licensed 2 medicines, risperidone and aripiprazole, to reduce aggression in children with ASD. In 1998, McDougall et al. Directed the first randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled research on risperidone for autism. As of 2006, It was the only treatment for autism that the Food and Drug Administration had licensed. On the other hand, it is only safe for children between the ages of 5 and 16. Treatment of autism spectrum disorder aggression with aripiprazole has also been the subject of substantial research. In 2009, researchers wrapped up their first large-scale, placebo-controlled experiment. The FDA finally approved it after studies showed it was effective for children with autism between 6 and 17, based on the initial encouraging results. Aripiprazole and risperidone are effective treatments for autism. However, they also have potential adverse effects. Some parents of autistic children worry that their child's increased risk of becoming obese will lead to further health complications. Only risperidone and aripiprazole have been proven effective in numerous well-designed studies and received FDA approval as of yet. Dialectical behavioral therapy. Another behavioral intervention closely tied to applied behavior analysis is dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT. It promotes mindfulness, self-awareness, and emotional management in children. DBT has been shown to support some children with autism and intellectual impairments in learning to control their emotions, which can positively impact their behavior. The concept of mindfulness and the meditative exercises used to teach it are derived from traditional contemplative religious practice, though the version taught in DBT does not involve any religious or metaphysical concepts. Within DBT, it is the capacity to pay attention, non-judgmentally, to the present moment, about living in the moment, experiencing one's emotions and senses fully, yet with perspective. The practice of mindfulness can also be intended to make people more aware of their environments through their 5 senses: touch, smell, sight, taste, and sound. Home remedies for aggression in children with autism. Provide structure. Creating structure for your child can help reduce anxiety and angry reactions. Make sure your child knows what is going to happen daily. Use visual supports and timetables. Frequently check physical emotional discomfort. Recognize signs leading to aggression. Develop practice coping strategies. Build in relaxing activities and prepare sensory toolkit. Establish safe space and give your child time alone to recharge. Provide energy outlets. Anger can often be diffused by an activity that releases energy or pent-up anxiety. This might be punching a punch bag, bouncing on a trampoline, or running around the garden. Check out our Understanding Autism Meltdowns and Guide to Discipline Children with Autism video for strategies that could help remedy aggressions. Conclusion. To conclude, children with autism often have major problems with tantrums, self-injury, and violence. As a parent, one wants to do everything in their ability to ensure their child's success and happiness. The therapy and drugs mentioned above can be quite beneficial to autistic children. When aggression occurs at home, parents can mitigate it by removing potential triggers, helping their children learn alternative means of communicating their needs, and rewarding good expressions of emotion, while disregarding self-harm. Please support our effort in bring useful, relevant information to parents and making learning lessons designed for autism. Don't forget to check out other videos on this playlist. Thank you and see you on the next video.